in the off-season that has totally invigorated everything about the EPL. I mean, I don't think we've had a season where that has been this anticipated.
Eric, you made a great point. Leicester changed the ballpark.
Yes.
They changed it all because it was Chelsea, United, it was Arsenal, it was Man City, Liverpool. They was a big team. They've come and changed everything. Now the money that has gone in to the EPL has driven it now to another level, and now it's the other leagues across the world that have to try and compete with it. Just look at the coaches that are in charge of the top 5 teams.
It's incredible once again to see Jose Mourinho on the sideline for Manchester United representing that badge.
And he's wearing a suit. Last year he had a tracksuit on. He knows what he's understanding and what he has to do for Manchester United.
Just nice to see him shake the opposing manager's hand as well.
Well, the fans have certainly taken to Jose Mourinho since his arrival so far. This is his first competitive matches. We will leave you with the national anthem for the moment. A beautiful rendition of God Save the Queen, well respected by the supporters. It is a huge match for both teams. Leicester City, the Premier League champions, going into their campaign, managing to keep a hold of a lot of their stronger players. Eric, this is another great chance for Leicester City and Claudio Ranieri to really prove what they're all about.
Kasper Schmeichel's been excellent, 15 clean sheets. He's gone with the back line and the solid line that had him success. Danny Simpson will push on that right-hand side. Hoof and Westmoreland for defensive situations, but also attacking the ball from set pieces. Drinkwater, the England international, was unfortunate because he left out the squad. King will come in there. All Brighton's got honest, hard working on that left-hand side. Mahrez was excellent with 17 goals, but for me, Vardy has to perform again. Can he do it a second season? 24 goals, Vardy, and their big signer, Musa, on the bench. He will look to have the impact that he had obviously against Barcelona and other big signings as well.
Warren, you sound a lot like Eric. Let's get to Eric. This is the Manchester United starting 11. Jose Mourinho on the bench for his first competitive match.
And he's thrilled to finally be in a situation to be with this man as opposed to against him. Valencia, as we said, he'll work his way to that right side. Expect him to get forward quite a bunch. I mean, that is a Jose Mourinho trait, to have a right back that can venture forward all the time. Carrick and Fellaini will sit in the middle of the park. Still liking the Fellaini hair. I didn't expect that. I'm hoping that he keeps that dude going. Rooney in the middle of the park, and as we mentioned before, Lingard and Marcel with the speed on the wings. That's Zlatan, how he integrates into this. How his first couple of touches, are they 1 and 2 touch stuff? Is he getting other people into the game, or does he try to do too much too early? So wait and see.
How close are we to seeing the starting 11 from Manchester United, that what we're seeing today, that will begin the Premier League campaign?
No, I still think there's 3 or 4 positions, but he won't come against people like Hoof and Wes Morgan that will get right next to him and won't be intimidated by him. But it's for these Leicester players to enjoy the occasion.
Let's not forget Leicester City, reigning Premier League champions, going up against the FA Cup holders in Manchester United. Eric,
you say what you will, but that man right there, everybody's giving him a hug because he is the focal point. He is so talented. He was totally underrated last year, and every single big club in the world is watching this game and watching him specifically.
Jose Mourinho, his first competitive match on the Manchester United bench. We will see you next at half-time, but for now, let's send it out to Martin Tyler and Stuart Robson for the first half call.
It's a wonderful time of the football year. Everyone starts equal. A year ago, Leicester City could not have dreamt that they would be participating in this match. For almost their entire history, it's been something that's just been watched from afar. Craig Porton, the referee, just having a word with the 4th official, Bobby Madley. one or two new regulations in place already, like the kick-off, where the ball no longer has to travel forwards, and it's pretty likely to go back and be stuck in behind one of the fullbacks. We'll see whether Leicester do that. As they await the whistle, and we're underway. No, they play it to one of their own fullbacks, and Christian Fuchs, who gives an early touch to Kasper Schmeichel. Well, Schmeichel, a famous name in the context of Manchester United. And his dad Peter, having those glory years, so many trophies. It's Kasper's time now.
Well, for once there was a misunderstanding between Drinkwater and Vardy. The space was there to hit in behind Daley Blind. There's the new signing for Manchester United.
One of his problems is he's still coming to terms with a new language, having been brought up as a French speaker and playing in Spain. But he'll get help from Antonio Valencia, certainly in the Spanish. And beautifully done by Ibrahimovic to the cup final hero Jesse Lingard. Remember, Manchester United were down to 10 men with Chris Smalling sent off, and Lingard got the decisive goal against Crystal Palace at the end. That United are attacking in the first half here. Valencia. Stuart, are you surprised to see Marouane Fellaini in the first official Mourinho lineup?
Not particularly. There's been a lot of talk about him going away from the club to David Moyes at Sunderland, but the game that you did a little while ago when Mourinho was manager of Chelsea, he man-marked Marouane Fellaini because he thought he was a big threat in the air.
It's a compliment, isn't it?
It's an absolute compliment, and I think he quite likes Fellaini.
I like that bit of work. It's done in the stretch to involve Rooney, whose season will be under scrutiny again. It'll be no strange experience for him. It's been like that since he started as a 16-year-old with Everton. But he did end up as a midfield player for United in the last few weeks of last season. Working in tandem with Ibrahimovic, who also likes to come short and gets the ball there, so doing that. Carrick, still the playmaker. Louis van Gaal's plans. And Van Gaal found he wasn't in Manchester United's plans.
Interesting that when that first ball was played up by Carrick, Wayne Rooney was up alongside that man there, Ibrahimovic, almost playing as a front two. That's the challenge that gave away the free kick.
And Danny Simpson, of course, a former Manchester United player. This is Danny Drinkwater, although Simpson, unlike Drinkwater, did get a little taste of first-team football at Old Trafford. Fellaini. Anthony Martial, we understand, was a little put out that his number 9 was moved on to Ibrahimovic.
He was a little put out by the way he was treated at the European Championships for France.
He became the last resort in the final, didn't he, when he got another taste of it, having had a game in the group stage and not really satisfying Didier Deschamps.
He got taken off at half-time, but there's the leader of Leicester, Morgan, who at times will just sit a little bit deeper of Robert Huth.
Valencia. Bay. Daley Blind, who was very much associated with Louis van Gaal. Interesting to see when the changes do come, because to get players in, Jose Mourinho runs a pretty tight ship with a first-team squad. He just likes two players for each one position. Robert Huth, who is allowed to play today. Smalling would have been allowed as well. The suspensions that will carry over at the end of last season don't apply to this match. Vardy. Michael Brighton going up with him, but Vardy still goes. Needs a fairly desperate challenge in the end from Daley Blind.
He did really well. Daley Blind came across. Vardy was nutmegged here by Vardy. Then he was holding him up. He nutmegs Bailey.
Corner already taken. In from Fuchs. By Hood. Hood and Fellaini might do well to keep out of each other's way. If you recall the incident, they met right at the end of last season, one of the closing games for Leicester's title-winning campaign. And he didn't grab Daley Blind's hair, but he did get hold of Marouane Fellaini, who reacted. Both players got a video ban. Fellaini was served in time to play in the FA Cup final. He still has a game to go.
And Fellaini had a very good cup run, didn't he? Excellent against Everton in the semi-final. Played well in the final as well. He was the man of the match against Derby. So he did have his moments last season around Fellaini.
And right, is saying scored at West Ham too in that quarter-final replay. Rooney backed up by Fellaini. Played the ball into the box aerially towards Ibrahimovic. Short. Martial without really looking. Tied it up. Andy King has got that job. He's not quite the same sort of player as N'Golo Kanté, but he deserves first crack at it, you feel, for his length of service. He not only won the Premier League, but also earlier in his Leicester career, League One, the third tier of English football, and the Championship.
The point maybe is that they brought in Mendy, who's a very similar player to Kanté.
He's on the bench as well as Ahmed Musa, the attacker from Nigeria. He's a bit of sprightly work from Luke Shaw, who was almost heartbroken. His leg was broken. It was such a potentially damaging injury. Coming back from was by no means a formality. He was playing so well at the time. Would have been England's first choice left back, I'm pretty sure, in the European Championship in France had he been fit in time. He did his best to try and recover, but this is his comeback time now. He's done well in pre-season. Henrik Mkhitaryan, another of the new men for Manchester United, Armenia's greatest ever footballer.
It's interesting to see where he's going to play. Saw a lot of him for Borussia Dortmund. Had a poor first season, but an excellent second one. He's in behind the main striker, sort of position that Wayne Rooney's playing today. Goes slightly wider as well.
He does speak fluent English, unlike Bailly. In fact, he's fluent in half a dozen languages and is slotted in terms of the personal side of a move very well indeed. Much liked by his teammates. Score against his old club Dortmund. A game that was played in China, only game that Manchester United were able to play in China. Another against Manchester City. Mourinho against Guardiola was called off because of the state of the pitch, and Jose Mourinho actually described that as a wasted week.
Another player who had an excellent season last year, Fuchs, the left back for Leicester. And we'll call him a steady Eddie. Doesn't do anything outstanding, but just defends well. Has good balls forward with his left foot. Reads the game well.
It's the right kind of side of the ground to be. Making a bit of sunshine in the dugouts there. Here's Fellaini. Viewing isn't so easy. Vardy giving chase. It's slightly wayward run for Bailly. He was given the chance to deal with it again. Morgan only heading down. Martial. Rooney veering left. Out by a diving header from Morgan. Manchester United winning it back. And getting a free kick. For Brighton conceding. Valencia thinking quickly to take it. Wedged wide by Rooney. Martial going for it in a direct style that made him a pretty instant hit in his first season.
sure there was too much room for him to go down the outside here. Just about gets his left foot onto it. Can't cut it back because Simpson would have got the block in. There was a little tug by Fellaini. And Mahrez up the other end. As Mahrez looked as though he was going to get away. There it is. The referee didn't see it.
I suppose of all the other Leicester players who have stayed, Mahrez is the one that's been the most speculation about. Particularly once Jamie Vardy has said no to Arsenal, which took a bit of time. But Mahrez is still in the blue of the Foxes. Here's Drinkwater, who was sent off against Manchester United at Old Trafford in the last meeting. Both the league games incidentally finished 1-1 in Leicester's title-winning season. Vardy's goal in the 1-1 at the King Power Stadium was a famous one because he scored for an 11th Premier League game in a row.
It shouldn't have come as a surprise to Manchester United. Ball played in behind. He got onto it first. Brilliant finish from him.
A little lazy there from Ibrahimovic, who was caught offside. There's always a little bit torn, you feel, in this fixture as to whether to give it the full blast that obviously an opening league game would necessitate, whether to just have a few pre-season thoughts still in maybe a slightly more economical approach to it. A lot, I think, comes from the manager and what's expected. Claudio Ranieri has certainly been talking up the importance of this game after his side conceded 4, both to Paris Saint-Germain and then Barcelona. Expecting better here. Shaw's cross. Rooney's header. A fair way out.
They had 3 players in the box. It was a good switch of play by Jesse Lingard out to Shaw. He's got a good left foot. Wayne Rooney arriving late. Good space between the 2 centre-halves for Wayne Rooney to get in between.
Line by Bailly. Bit rushed by Albrighton. Kasper Schmeichel's just signed a new 5-year deal, emphasising the tremendous togetherness that this group have. If you've done what they've done in the last season, I think there's an emotional pull to stay. That certainly seems to be how it's panning out. Still, obviously, time left in the transfer window. Vardy, caught there. To link up with Okazaki. Valencia. Rooney. Easily cut out by Fuchs. That's the ball that Leicester love to play, but I think Jamie Vardy was still just getting his body back after this.
It was also good play by the 2 centre-halves. No foul given there. The new centre-back, Bailly.
Bailly like Desailly. Yes. Is the way I've sort of looked at it. More importantly, it's the way he looks at it. Here he is. Lingard. Fellaini. Bailly. Lingard, who had an excellent campaign last time around, culminating in that fantastic FA Cup winning goal. And he played once in the senior team before last season, 40 more times in the campaign, with that FA Cup winners' medal. Jose Mourinho feels there's a bit of unpicking from what the team have been taught under Louis van Gaal. They're good friends, or were good friends, Mourinho and Van Gaal, certainly. Based a master and pupil early in Mourinho's career, but different philosophies.
Disappointed with that Drinkwater free kick given against him.
Given away by Fuchs. Fellaini. The new international manager, of course, Marouane Fellaini. Roberto Martinez. manager here in the FA Cup semi-final. They lost to Manchester United not that long ago. Ever-changing world of football at all levels. Rooney. Valencia. Cross in. Valencia just trying to back in from the far side. Shot on the spin from Delaney that Michael didn't deal with quite his usual authority. Referee has stopped play here. Concern about Danny Simpson.
Manchester United fans are pleased with the way they dealt with Vardy. That's where Ibrahimovic just catches Danny Simpson. And Delaney on the turn doesn't quite get hold of it. It's half a block from Drinkwater. Should have spilt it for a moment there, Schmeichel. He's kind of turned away almost. He was going to catch this easily.
Lingard, as you can see there, just actually set himself rather than kept moving forward, otherwise he might have had a sniff of that.
Rooney playing in behind Ibrahimovic and alongside him at times. He's drifted out to the left-hand side as well. Had a chat with Mourinho before he joined up with England, and Mourinho said he was going to play as a striker. Manchester United are expecting to be the main man. Ibrahimovic, everywhere he's been a success.
Including under Mourinho in Italy. Solidly forward by Fellaini. Likewise by Morgan, who did have international football in the summer, playing for Jamaica in the Copa America. Valencia was also involved in that tournament with Ecuador. And that wasn't an easy one to call. It was a goal kick.
Really good defending, Fuchs. It looked as though Lingard was going to get away from him here. He gets in behind him. He times his challenge superbly there, Fuchs.
Shield won for the last two seasons by the FA Cup winners, on both occasions Arsenal. Successive league champions in Manchester City in 2014, and as we've mentioned earlier, Mourinho's Chelsea 12 months ago. Mahrez, Drinkwater, now Rooney. Worked wide cleverly by Ibrahimovic for Valencia. Not too much joy, the one-time winger getting into the final third. It's good progress up to that point.
I don't think anybody saw that he would play as a right back when he was playing so well for Wigan.
Simpson was a one-time right back for Manchester United as a young man, or a younger man. Vardy making his own luck. He's got Okazaki with him, and Shinji Okazaki's shot was deflected, and it's a corner. Front two combining there for Leicester City.
When it started, Wayne Rooney got caught on the ball. Vardy skips a couple of challenges. Looks like he's going to try and play the 1-2. I think it's the right decision by Okazaki to take the shot on himself, trying to bend it round Daley Blind. It's a combination that worked so well last season, Okazaki and Vardy in different ways.
Michael Brighton over the ball. Well, it's a fraction away. Huth going in at the near post. Okazaki made the first run. He got there in front of Robert Huth.
Disappointing from Manchester United at the near post. He should never be allowed to get that. The area that Ibrahimovic is defending, it's got to be to it first. He's good in the air, Okazaki. There was a time when Mourinho's sides never conceded from set plays in his first spell at Chelsea.
Manchester United did concede in that 1-1 draw at Old Trafford towards the end of last season. A set play that Wes Morgan knocked in. This time it was a bold run by Okazaki towards the near post. Whether the ball's actually aimed for him or for Huth coming in behind doesn't really matter, does it? If it's slightly under hit. From Leicester's point of view, one of the two gets to it, and it was the closest we've been to the opening goal. Cut out by Fuchs. Couldn't quite throw high enough. He settles for the goal kick.
Well, here he is again at that near post area. He's beyond the 6-yard box. Staley Blint that was back on the line. He wouldn't have got it probably. Raised eyebrows when Okazaki came from the Bundesliga into the Premier League at Leicester, but what a performance he put in last year. Didn't score that many goals, but his work rate, his effort, his energy, his combination play with Vardy was outstanding.
And when he'd tired himself out, which was often the case, got the likes of Jujoa to come on and put in cameo performances. Mahrez, Drinkwater. Looking back in responsibly was Martial.
Schmeichel's had problems about where he's going to kick this ball. Delaney's dropped back into a centre-half position on most of the occasions and won it in the air. So he went more centrally into Vardy.
No one jumping with Okazaki. Times it's gone up to Ibrahimovic, hasn't really stuck. Didn't go on the Manchester United trip to China. He was probably lucky in that respect, the way it didn't work out for the squad that were there. Had an intensive training programme back in Manchester. Delaney. Messi with a 1-2 with Lingard. Which has lost it again. Retrieved by Delaney. Now Blint. Halfway through the first half on a warm Wembley afternoon. And it was given in the end. So Jesse Lingard might have got away with it, or Craig Pawson hadn't thought it was handball.
It's a lovely little ball played down the side by Luke Shaw, a good run. You see he almost catches it with his arm. He doesn't like the decision. I don't think he likes too many decisions that go against him.
Jose Mourinho was a Shield winning manager in his first attempt with Chelsea 11 years ago. He's lost on his subsequent involvements on this particular occasion. Early from Danny Drinkwater. Get Mahrez in behind that time.
Martial has come over to this right-hand side. They've swapped at the moment. Lingard out to the left. Martial to the right.
40 points, the target, as he said a year ago. That's what they start with as their primary aim, because that usually means staying in the Premier League. Of course, the season before Ranieri took over was in considerable doubt. Albright, Vardy, stopped by Blind. In goes King. Drinkwater. Simpson. Mahrez. Leicester stopped. Attempt to make progress down that far side. Rooney's throw into Carrick. Remind you that if it finishes level after 90 minutes, we go to a penalty shootout. Michael Carrick's had plenty of experience of penalty shootouts against for the Shield and previous Manchester United visits. Valencia winning it back and then giving it away. A bit like that from both teams thus far, but now Vardy. Good work by Bailly, whose speed is impressive.
Well, it was brilliant by both players. Yeah, and Vardy just gives Bailly a little tap on the back there. This is the good work by Bailly, but the first touch and the movement from Vardy was excellent. Just to buy himself a little bit of space. He's got pace, Bailly.
Well, they hit the bar from the last set piece, Leicester City. Same run from Okazaki. Deeper this time, more towards Morgan. Falling invitingly for Christian Fuchs, but he couldn't accept the invitation.
Well, we've seen he's got pace. We've also seen he's good in the air here. Wins this ball. Good clearance and the wrong decision. We were talking about how good Fuchs is at making the right decisions. This was the wrong one from him. Trying that volley from the edge of the box when he could have played it wide and kept the pressure back on.
By who's signing from Stoke City with the wisdom of hindsight now, looks a really pivotal acquisition at the back end of the previous season to help keep them up and then to take them on to the title itself. Title that he won as a bit part player really under Mourinho twice at Chelsea. Mourinho's first spell at the club, of course. Hooked in by Fellaini. Rooney. Against Jamie Vardy. And the colleagues only a few weeks ago. It was nice from Leicester. Mahrez. In by Vardy. Fuchs, action on the cross, and he wins it well again. Fellaini, Manchester United trying to play their way forward here. Doesn't quite happen for Ibrahimovic. Not his fault that time. It's an overhit ball towards him.
Wayne Rooney's passing hasn't been particularly good in the game so far.
Albright. See what he was aiming for, but De Gea saw it coming. Quick distribution. And the goalkeeper, who a year ago seemed on the verge of leaving Manchester United, he didn't start the season, you might recall. They brought in Sergio Romero. And Rooney loses out again. Mahrez. Starting to look a bit more threatening here, the league champions. King. King again. From Simpson to Mahrez. Well, they'll encourage him to do that kind of thing in that kind of area on the pitch, but it didn't quite work out for the Algerian then.
Just missed the opportunity on his right foot. Looked so he got half a yard away from Luke Shaw and then took another touch, and it just enabled Luke Shaw to get tighter to him. It was more like the Luke Shaw we saw at Southampton, who was a brilliant athlete going forward, really good defensive player as well in 1v1 situations. He had everything he wanted from a left back. And then when he came to Manchester United, he didn't look at his fittest, did he, in that first period before he got his injury?
No, and Louis van Gaal rather picked up on that, and that was why, and he seemed to have sorted that problem out. It was so harrowing for him when he did have that injury against the PSV. Manchester United's free kick with half an hour gone. Not too much to trouble Kasper Schmeichel so far.
Challenge from behind. Modern football. That's what Simpson did there. Had no chance of winning the ball.
Mahrez suggesting that Rooney had taken the free kick, but since Mahrez was only a yard away, he wasn't in a position to legally steal it away. Got there. This came from Simpson. Okazaki. Nice work by Lingard, and he's still going here. He's gone all the way. Well, he's done it at Wembley again. Jesse Lingard, loving this famous stadium. Different manager. The same end product from the player, but Leicester just caved in.
What play it was from Lingard, though. He had to ride a couple of very strong challenges. There he lets the ball run across his body, goes past that challenge. There's a strong one from Morgan when he misses the ball. Simpson tries to get across, and then he has the composure right at the end of it, despite Schmeichel getting a hand to it, just to pass it. Well, it's a foot that he gets to it. That's a really good individual goal. Out of nothing, really. When the ball came to him, there was nothing on. He just changed the pace of the move with his speed and just nipped past a couple of players.
Well, the first official goal of the Mourinho era is worthy of the moment, just as the last goal of the Louis van Gaal era was in the FA Cup final. The scorer the same on both occasions, Jesse Lingard. Well, they haven't been too threatening, Manchester United, in the first third of the game. But Lingard, as if frustrated by that, said, I'll have a go myself.
He just let the ball run across his body. 2 or 3 Leicester players threw themselves into the challenge. He evaded that. Morgan was nutmegged as he made the challenge. And suddenly he was in to the penalty box. And the only recovering player was Danny Simpson. He couldn't quite get there.
Just at the time, really, Leicester have hit the bar. They're looking for the pace of Vardy, Okazaki getting into the game, Mahrez more touches. But Claudio Ranieri sees his team go behind in a manner which will not please him. Strong in the centre. To win the title you have to be, but a bit soft in the centre there for all the ambition and the ability of Lingard.
It certainly wasn't a lack of effort by the Leicester players. They threw themselves into the challenge, particularly Morgan. I think it was Drinkwater that tried to make the first one. And here it is again. Watch the first challenge come in. A sliding challenge there, which misses the ball. There's another challenge. There's another one. Simpson just lifts his arm up as he goes past him. It's the pace and the awareness from Lingard that causes the problem.
Simpson could have probably brought him down, but was outside the area, and the consequences are still the same. I talked about the regulation changes at the kickoff, or the amendments to the laws of the game. There will be occasions now where penalties will be conceded, and what was the double whammy, a red card as well, it won't be a red card now. Of course, if it's a rash or reckless tackle, it still will be, but say the goalkeeper coming out at the attacker's feet in the penalty area, and you'll see defenders saying, hang on, it's inside the area, I should stay on. So Simpson felt that it was not a position where he could do anything demonstrative, and he was maybe hoping that Kasper Schmeichel could come up with a save, but he couldn't. And Lingard rules at Wembley again.
He's having a good game for Laney at the moment. He's winning that battle against Okazaki. He's just trying to shield the ball into him. He's trying to win balls in the air. Good start to the game, and I wonder if Jose Mourinho is going to use him slightly differently. He's dropped in between the centre halves to win balls in the air. Saw him in the warm-up. He became the playmaker, almost just getting in between two rows of players. He was just popping balls off.
Saw that coming. Bahi, header forward. Lingard, on from Ibrahimovic. Shaw going up. Outside Martial, here he is. The cut back towards Rooney. And then the flag has gone up for offside. Luke Shaw couldn't reposition. He was motoring as before the broken leg.
What pace he shows here. Look at that run. It's the last bit of it. It's a decent cross back in. Well read by Huth. He's certainly got pace and power when he gets forward. Luke Shaw.
Maybe losing out in the air to Vardy. Mahrez. Leicester had to come from behind at Old Trafford. Didn't waste much time about it, actually. Got a corner here in the pursuit of making history repeat itself at Wembley today.
Right in the play going out. It's going to be an outswinger. Man-to-man marking in the box. Ibrahimovic in the near post zone. There is a player on the far post, Daley Blind.
The header was from Andy King. He's certainly got a goal in him. Maybe different to Kante in a positive sense.
I think Jose Mourinho will be having a word with Ibrahimovic. It's the second time that ball's been played into the near post area, and the second time he hasn't dealt with it.
Craig Shakespeare is joining the England coaching group under Sam Allardyce in a part-time capacity. Another compliment to Leicester. Vardy. Pressure on Simpson. It's good work by Manchester United.
And it's a league match. I think he gets booked there. Danny Simpson. Cynical foul. I think the counter-attack was on. He'd already committed a foul before that one.
He was sent off, Simpson, of course, in the last game. Leicester lost at Arsenal. Rather because of that. So Mourinho's Manchester United leading Leicester City here with an inspired individual goal from Jesse Lingard. Carrick. Valencia. He's determined to get to Lingard. Ibrahimovic trying to win it back. Players around the ball there, and it goes back into traffic from Valencia. Glynn. Rooney making his pace against Simpson. He does get booked this time.
He got squared up there, Simpson. As soon as he got himself square, Rooney saw that and just played the ball past him, and he lifted his leg up for the second time. Simpson quite rightly gets a yellow card.
Valencia. Martial giving chase. Leicester start the defence of their title away to Hull City next Saturday. Manchester United play on the Sunday away to Bournemouth, where they lost last season. Huth. 5 minutes to go to half-time. Huth. Those Premier League encounters on the horizon now. Players should be closing in, Stuart, shouldn't they, on the kind of fitness that they need to deal with the first league game. Always been quite... we should always be quite kind to players going through the pre-season games that we're asked to commentate on now. Big events. Here's Lingard, who certainly looks fit and ready to go. Rooney.
I always say that you never felt fully fit until after about the first 4 or 5 league matches of the season. Depends whether you like the heat or not.
And some players, well, these days I think they do come back in pretty good shape, don't they? It's a pretty short summer break. What's said about the need for a winter break at the top level of English football, but there's no summer break of any substance at all, and certainly not for the top players.
International players get very few days off in the summer.
Well, there's no time to get fat, which is the the positive side for it. And of course, they're probably even on their family holidays, they spend an hour or so in the gym. It's just the way it is these days.
Is that the same for us?
Every day, Stuart, isn't it? Morgan.
Been no real fluency in the game so far. Manchester United are winning the game by a goal to nil. You can't say that their football's been outstanding. Haven't really seen any sort of patterns of play.
Fuchs. Glanced on by Albrighton, pursued with Vardy vigour. Cut out by Mahrez. Certainly do plenty of damage from a more central position. Brighton taking 4 players out with an under-hit cross. Scampering back the boys in blue. Ibrahimovic to wait it for Martial.
Another attribute that Drinkwater's got. Showed he's got good pace there up against Martial. That's what I was talking about before the game. Ibrahimovic going deep into a midfield position. Other players having to run beyond him at times. They're going to share that role. Wayne Rooney and Ibrahimovic. They will swap positions constantly.
It'll be interesting to see whether Claudio Ranieri brings